Hello everyone, this is Nathaniel Rutherford, Managing Editor of RockyTopInsider.com, here to give you the practice report for today. Thought I'd try things, switch things up a little bit here for you guys. Instead of doing a written report, thought I'd give you an audio one for today, or actually I guess a video one for Tennessee's practice report for today. We don't get to see really one period, so we didn't get to see a whole lot. I didn't feel like I could really deliver a great written one, also because we also focused, most of the media did, focused a ton over JJ Peterson, watching him. So I'll give you my initial thoughts on him and a couple different things I saw at practice today as well. But my initial thoughts on JJ Peterson, of course, he is now with Tennessee, officially joining them this past weekend. I think it was the 31st on Friday that he was officially able to come into Tennessee and then join the roster this weekend, and now is practicing with them today and will be all this week and rest of the season. But so out there today, of course, no pads, nothing for him. The team themselves were just in shells. You had them in the pads up top and nothing on just wearing shorts and cleats for everything else. So they didn't have full pads on today. So he wasn't too far behind everyone else. He was just wearing just a shirt and shorts and a helmet. I thought when I saw from him today, we didn't get to see a whole lot, but he was giving a lot of instruction, or getting a lot of instruction, excuse me, from coaches and players themselves. Teaching him the drills, teaching him how to do things in practice, and that's what he's going to have to do for this first week. And that's why I don't expect him to play, obviously, this weekend. I don't expect him to play during UTEP. I don't expect really to see him in a game, honestly, until late October at this point. I know it's probably not what you want to hear, but he's got a lot to learn. And honestly, from what I saw from him today, he needs some time in that strength conditioning program. I'm not saying he looks like he was out of shape or anything like that, or that he was fat or anything like that, but he did look bigger than I expected him to, and not necessarily in a great way for him. I'm not going to sit here and knock the kid and bash him and say that he's fat and he's overweight and he's never going to do anything, because I don't think that's the case at all. I just think he needs some time in a college strength conditioning program. But you got to see him get a lot of teaching, a lot of instruction today from coaches and players alike. And, I'm excited to see what he can do when he actually gets the pads on, and see if, things change with him. If he goes, obviously wasn't going full contact today because he has to do the acclimation period, has to go through, not wearing any pads at all, to shells, and then to full pads as well. So we'll get to see how he can progress, because even Wednesday, we get to see practice tomorrow and Wednesday both this week. Even on Wednesday, he won't be wearing full pads. So we'll see next week, once he gets into full pads, what he looks like, how he does, and kind of what he does through the drills and things like that as well. So I'm excited to see him next week. But that's my initial thoughts on JJ Peterson from that regard. And we didn't see a whole lot today. Like I said, we got to see about 7-8 minutes or so of practice today, and it was all really just one drill, or one period, excuse me. And we could see, I guess, a few different drills. Tried to watch the offensive line. They were way back in the far part of the field where the media has a hard time getting to see, and so we didn't really get to see a whole lot of offensive line. So I didn't get to see how much they're changing up the rotation a whole lot or anything like that. Did see the tight ends working a lot on blocking when we were out there today. So that was something that I think the tight ends were used a lot in blocking on Saturday, but they struggled with it. I thought especially Eli Wolf had some bad blocks, or some bad missed blocks in the game. So I think they're making that a focus today. From what we saw on the open portion of practice today, was that they're making a much bigger focus on blocking with the tight ends. And that's about really all else I have. I get to watch the defensive backs a little bit, working on physicality over there. I didn't really see anything shake-up-wise from what I could tell from a depth chart perspective, as far as guys getting the first reps and things like that. Still looks like it's going to be Buchanan and Lante Taylor for right now as kind of your two main guys starting. I still think we're going to see Bryce Thompson filtered in. And I think this weekend against ETSU will be interesting to see if you get guys like Kenneth George Jr. and Marco Osborne more worked into the rotation as well, instead of you seeing a lot of Buchanan, a lot of Taylor in that game. I do want to see what they have. Some of these other guys, I think Pruitt and his staff would like to see what they have in some of these other guys as well. But guys, that'll probably do it for the practice report today. Like I said, we didn't get to see a whole lot. I wanted to give you guys a different format other than the written one, because I didn't really feel like I'd have a whole lot to contribute to the written one, because I focused a lot on watching JJ Peterson, and I feel like you'd want to sit there and read 200 words of a 300-word report about JJ Peterson. Maybe you would have, but I thought you guys might like a video report rather than that instead. So thank you all for watching this. We'll hopefully be at practice again on Tuesday, Wednesday of this week, and we may do a written one then. We may do another video one. If you guys like this one a lot, let us know. We may stay doing video formats for practice reports if you'd like it better that way. But thank you all for watching. I'm Nathaniel Rutherford at RockyTopInsider.com, and we'll be back again tomorrow.